Hey there, Beauty Bunch, it's just Jennifer Beauty here. So today's episode is a little bit about everything. It is my Instagram strategy of how to sell. Using your stories, first of all, to gain information about what content you should be putting out, how you can create content to cause a funnel, bringing someone who is curious through to purchasing, through to being a raving fan, and just a little bit about your feed and aesthetics to gain maximum followers. Okay, so there really is a process that potential purchasers go through when they recognize an issue or want to maximize on a skincare goal. Okay, so we all know, we've all been there when we look in the mirror that one morning and we think, oh God, I'm aging, right? How many times have we done that? We suddenly notice a wrinkle that wasn't there before. So then that is building the awareness of our pain point or our issue. And then what do? We turn to maybe Google or social media or our friends and families to consider what our options might be before we take the next steps to the conversion. So what we want to be doing is capturing these people at this point through, and I'm going to talk about Instagram, but it works for everything with social media. And even when you're chit-chatting with people. So really there are 5 steps in a whole conversion of getting someone who is a follower to being a raving fan. So number 1 is awareness. Number 2 is consideration. Number 3 is conversion. Number 4 is retention. And number 5 is turning them into raving fans. So I'll go through all of these, but I'm going to wind it all the way back and take you to your Instagram stories. So if you don't know what your current followers' pain points or skin goals are, because most of us don't, do a poll in your stories. So have a picture maybe of you in the background, or just have a blank coloured background and set up a poll with multiple options. What are your skincare goals? So instead of what are your skin issues, put what are your skin goals, because people are more likely to click on what their skin goals are rather than focusing on the negative. So examples of skin goals: more radiant skin, more supple skin, less fine lines and wrinkles, things like that. So put a selection down, and then after the 24 hours, go and have a look at what everyone has clicked on. And that's going to give you your topics. So pick one of them first, and then you are going to do some Instagram, maybe some lives or some reels or some static posts around that topic, because that is building the awareness around that issue. So if, for example, it's less fine lines and wrinkles, okay, so we're going to do a post about fine lines and wrinkles and what actually causes them, what makes them worse. So not using SPF makes them worse. Did you know that you can get dehydration wrinkles? And do a piece on that actually it might not be aging wrinkles, it might be that your skin's dehydrated. So really simple, drink more water. Talk about the, retinol and peptides. Don't talk about product specifics, because we're not here to sell at this point. We are educating the person, because the person who has the skin goal of less fine lines and wrinkles, where they're at the moment is sort of the awareness and consideration stage. They aren't ready to buy yet. They're wanting to look at their options. So educate them on that pain point. So lifestyle tips, professional treatments that they could look at. Educate on what makes their pain point worse and what makes it better. And that is building trust and positioning yourself as a source of knowledge. And then we're going to look at the conversion. So with all of those posts, have a call to action. And the call to action is anything that is going to allow you to contact them through the DMs. So if you would like a PDF on how to reduce wrinkles, comment the word wrinkles and I'll get in touch with you. And this doesn't have to be Anything crazy, just a Word document with your tips on how to reduce wrinkles, turn it into a PDF with a couple of nice images and send that to them. And that is extra free content that is just building that trust and awareness. And then once you have them in the DMs, this is where the sales happen. Sales happen in the DMs. They don't really happen in the stories. They certainly don't ever happen in your feed. But this is where you can start talking about USPs of certain products. Maybe show some before and afters photos. Maybe talk to them about certain awards that the products have won, or clinical trials that the product that you are thinking of for them has. Give some stats. Give your own experience with using the product. Maybe some customer testimonials. Maybe offer to send them a sample to trial. Okay, and this is where the conversion happens. And once that person has bought the product or maybe got the sample, build extra value with the potential purchase or with the purchase. So film maybe a 2-minute video of how to use the product and give that to them. If they have bought the product or if they've ordered a sample, then the day of their delivery, send that video or send a text message on how exactly to use the product. 2 days later, check it up on them, because if they've got a sample, maybe they haven't used it yet, they've chucked it in the drawer and they've forgotten. So 2 days later, how are you getting on with that product? And save a little tip on how to get the best out of it for that text. So again, it's giving them extra value. 1 week later, check up on them. How's the skin feeling? If they've got the product, the full size product, then just touch base with them on how they're doing. And then later on, diarise when they're likely to run low. Now, I use a website and an app called Contact Mapping, and I put all of my customers, all of my team, everything into that Contact Mapping app, because I can leave notes on there. I can diarise when I need to contact them again. It just keeps me super organised. So you want to be building that extra value. So what you really want to think of is, why should that person buy from you rather than just go onto the website and buy, or rather than go to Boots and buy a similar product? Think about all of the extra things that you can offer them to give them that extra value that money can't buy. So that's going to be your expertise. Maybe that's going to be some extra samples that will complement that product that they've bought. Maybe it is a community, so they get added into a Facebook group and you're giving loads of free education and free extra value. Or maybe it is just that one-on-one time. So I always offer, whenever someone purchases with me, I offer a 15-minute product catch-up call, so that on the day of delivery or whenever they need it throughout their journey, they can book in a 15-minute chat to talk about that product, how best to use it. It can be a video call, or it can be a week later to make sure that they are using that product correctly, or if they've got any questions. That adds so much extra value that they wouldn't get anywhere else. So think about how you can create those extra free value points, because that is going to turn someone from a customer into a raving fan, and they're going to start talking to their friends about this great service that they've got, and either they are going to refer people to you, or maybe they are going to want to start doing what you do and join your team. And people buy from people, so share your daily activities in your stories. Use your stories for people to get to know you. Don't just put your skincare tips or, whatever industry you're in. Don't just have it all as a walking billboard. Don't just have all of your offers pasted to your stories. Have a day in the life of, or just chat to the camera about what you're doing. It doesn't have to be anything to do with your business or your product or your service. It's about you. People love to see behind the scenes. They love to see what you're up to. Even if you're doing, a training Zoom, you snap a picture of you on it with the training Zoom in the background and show them what you're doing that evening. And then keep your feed clean. So when someone first lands onto your profile, They want to really easily navigate through your feed. And I see this, I might do another podcast on this, but I see this so often. And it is a big mistake. When someone lands on your profile and they see your grid, if it's not super clear what each post is about, they are going to switch off. So go and have a look at my Instagram at Just Jennifer Beauty and you'll see what I mean. If someone wants skincare advice, they can easily scroll through my feed and see what each post is about without clicking into it. So that if they have a specific skin concern, let's say oily skin, they will be able to just scroll through and see the title of each one really easily and then go and find the content that they actually want. If you don't have titles on your reel or your post cover, then it means that someone's got to go into every single post of yours and listen to see if it's what they're interested in. And a couple of minutes in, oh no, this isn't what I want, and flick on to the next. They're going to get so bored and they are just going to switch off and they are going to leave your feed. So if it's all mapped out and really clean and easy to see what each post is about, people are going to see that there is so much value there and they're going to hit the follow button. If you found this episode useful, please do me a massive favour and hit the subscribe button. And why not go and find me on Instagram at Just Jennifer Beauty. Have a great day.